November 20th, 2015 in Newark, New Jersey. It was around 10:30 p.m. on the fall evening, then the night before Thanksgiving. The grandmother had planned to invite all her kids to Thanksgiving dinner at her home. Even though Thanksgiving was not until the next day, some family arrived a day in advance to help prepare the food.
How's it been? This is terrible.
The next day, the family began to arrive at the grandmother's house. One by one, each family member entered the home. They began to finish up the last few dishes. Around 4:30 p.m., the family begins to sit down for dinner.
You heard me, even when you get help, it's still not enough. And that one. Hi! How you doing? Hey, bro, oh my God.
Girl, hey, Ma.
Hey.
You miss me? I failed all my classes in college.
Hey guys, oh my God, how you doing? How you been?
Attention everyone. You guys know I love it when everyone comes together, but I have a very big announcement. ALS is getting worse. You know, I don't have much longer. My body is failing.
Later that night, after dinner, the siblings gather around to
Yo,
speak.
you know, after Dad died, Mom been on this house by herself all this time.
Yeah, and now that the disease is getting worse, we can't let her die here alone.
Word, Ame is like a mother to me. She took me in when no one else could. I can't imagine her leaving her alone.
Yeah, guys, we gotta do something for Mom. Give her some assistance, or maybe we can pitch in together and get her one of those big, fancy elderly homes. Make her feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do.
Well, I really don't have money as it is, and it's really been a struggle for me lately. I've been working 2 jobs and I can barely help my family.
Well, we're all tight on cash, but we have to do it for Mom.
Why are you guys so willing to help her? She doesn't even care about us. All this time she's been doing fine.
Hey, wait!
Just let her go. She's mad right now.
What's your emergency?
It's my mom. She isn't breathing. Her body is very cold, and her skin is pale.
Okay, we'll be there as fast as we can. In the meantime, do you know what happened?
No, my sister, she just came in to check on her, and she wasn't responding. She's just sitting there. Her skin is pale. This has never happened before.
Unfortunately, Grandma's heart was done beating. There was nothing the paramedics could have done. They found no sign of life. The only thing the police could do was to quickly secure the scene and order everyone to evacuate the home and wait for the detectives to arrive on the
Arrived on the scene, I saw the family. Some of them were upset, some of them were crying, and some looked like they just didn't even care. When I entered Miss Mae's room, I noticed that there were 2 cups full of fingerprints, and she had been tucked in the bed and her hair was freshly done. Based on my previous work in the past, there's a sign of remorse here. She didn't look like she just went to bed. Someone had fixed her up, and they felt sorry for her.
With Detective Gilbert feeling suspicious, he sent Mrs. Mae's bodies to the morgue to receive an autopsy. The CSI enters the house to run an investigation. No one has been in the room since the death.
Good afternoon, Jackson family. My name is Detective Hobbs. How was everyone's Thanksgiving?
We've seen better, sir.
My Thanksgiving couldn't get
It was alright. The food was kind of dry.
It was atrocious. There were barely any vegetables. Grandma Mae knew I was a vegan. Why would she put meat on my plate?
Beautiful. Oh, how I love Grandma Mae. How was your Thanksgiving?
Well, I heard you guys received some devastating news last night.
Yes, she was telling us at dinner she was dying. All of a sudden, she passed away this morning.
I knew it was coming anyway. It wasn't a surprise to me.
I I had this gut feeling something was wrong. I didn't see it coming.
Do you know who was the last to visit her in her room?
Came into her room 7:30 p.m. to check on her. We also chatted about my financial issues. Then I left around 7:30 to go take a shower because Veronica was in the bathroom. A few minutes later, Veronica...
That's right. I came and talked to her about my dance audition at Juilliard. She gave me her necklace that she wore on her audition. I left around 8 p.m. to go take aspirin because my chest was hurting. But as soon as I left...
That's correct. I came up to bring her some green tea because I knew it was her favorite. I just wanted her to relax.
Interesting alibi. I'm gonna need for Jesse and Amy to come with me downtown.
At this point, the interrogation began to intensify, and things were not looking too good for cousin Jesse or Amy.
How do we know it's not you? Explain yourself. I don't know what to tell you. Yes, I need the money, but it wasn't me. Back up! Tell me how you did it. I need an explanation.
I don't know. I just don't. It wasn't me. Results came back from the lab and showed that there were fingerprints that matched cousin Jesse's on the cup. And they also had a testimony from Veronica, who saw cousin Jesse go into Mae's room the night of the murder after everyone went to sleep. The night before the trial, cousin Jesse ran into the station and made a confession.
Okay, it was me. I did everything. I put the poison in her tea. She's dead. I need the money, okay? She was dying anyway. Thank you. That's all we needed.
The defendant hereby pleads guilty to the murder of Mrs. Mae Jackson and is sentenced to 15 years in prison.
Anything you say or do will be once a visit.